You gotta love Zoom because you can really sync those things up. Oh, Legends of Raspia! The RPG podcast wherein we ambush our talented friends with games we make here at bardfox.com. I am Han Blackheart, the GM you adore to abhor. With me, as always, is Rick Tahi. How we doing today, Rico?
Freaking fantastic.
Good. So in 2017, Rico and I started the independent game company called Bard Fox. We're going to jump right on into our story without teaching our guests a G-dang thing about how this game works. Then inevitably, you'll fall in love with us, buy our games like this one, and make me less poor than I genuinely am. So, today, our first guest ever, and this isn't the third time we've shot this, and I am not lying.
Yes, he is.
Is, of course, Xanthi Blackheart. How are we doing today, Xanthi?
I'm extremely okay.
Good. So for people who are new to the podcast, new to gaming, be it tabletop video gaming altogether, worry not. I'll tell you what I told the many others before. Legends of Raspia is a role-playing game. I set up a little story wherein these fine folks each play a character. They describe what they want to do and then roll dice to see if those things happen or not. It truly can be that easy. However, before we start, and we are about to start, I promise, we have 3 rules I must go over. Rule 1. As the GM, I cannot tell the players no. Should we be walking through the woods and they want to run into the forest, it is not my job to say, you can't run into the forest. It's my job to be like, agility roll. And rule number 2 is, of course, they may do whatever they want, but because of this free will, their characters are also mortal, which means they can die.
They're all so mortal.
And rule 3, as always, don't forget what your 3rd rule is. Write that shit down. So, in our last episode, Feaubear Dongodiere lost in a wash-off to his rival, Gadly Bowman. And unfortunately, in doing so, he had lost a rather significant bet. Friday, Fry Roach, as it's known in Raspia, is the only night wherein the dishwashers, which are Gadly Bowmalley, his rival, and Feaubear Dongodiere, get tipped out. And so, Feaubear, why don't you tell us what the stakes were?
I bet that whoever won the wash-off would have all of the Fry Roach shifts for the next Lucian. Or a year.
Lucian, as he just stated, is a year. But I already had my hand up like this, so what was it gonna do? So,
who are you talking to?
Nothing. Not only this, but during this wash-off, in a moment of what we will call salty-ishness, Feaubear spat at Gadley's stack, not a pile, of dishes. And in doing so, he broke a mug. And not that this is relevant at all, because this happened the night before. But as we begin our story and Feaubear Dongodiere's shift comes to an end, we do a perception test to start us off. Xanthi, why don't you go ahead and join us? You're going to roll your dice and then check your bad pie for PRC. Say that
man, I love rolling dice.
That's
I got
good.
a 6.
You're cut out for games such as this if your inclinations are set.
That's all I wanted, and I got a 6.
16!
Very well. So as we begin our story for the evening, Feaubear, as I said, his shift has just ended. And he is sitting just around the corner of the bar at what we have come to know as the employees only spots. Now, this isn't actually official. They just wrote it on a napkin and stabbed that napkin into a bar, but that kind of thing makes a point, as we found out here in Caltaria. So, you are in the Just A Mirage, hands still soggy from washing dishes, and after your perception test, you pretty much notice that it's busier than it was the night before. Monday, you had your wash off, and there were about 6-7 people around, give or take. There was an incident that took place wherein people left, including your grandfather. We'll get to that. But for the most part, it was pretty slow. Dues wrote, however, we have an open mic takes place, hosted by your resident piano player, old Whammy Tates. It's popping off. There's several people there. So, I had mentioned before that your grandfather took off. In doing so, he left Gadley in charge of the bar, which broke your tiny Mosberian heart. Mosberians are like rat people. They're like humans mixed with rats. Just picture that. So, your heart was broken. Gadley's jobs expanded massively from being a dishwasher to, okay, I have to open up the bar, work it all day, and then work it all night, while my rival,
who's a subservient of mine now,
is washing dishes for me. So Gadley still has several hours left on his shift, but you are all done washing them dishes. So you're kind of enjoying watching the struggle. Now, our character, played by Xanthi Blackheart, Zan Hazard, sits in an undisclosed location not far away from you, and has a mask over her face, and is sitting next to a compatriot who is also masked. But in Raspia, that's not like a responsibility thing. It's just like, in this case, it's just suspicious. Think like 4 years ago, mask. We go to an open table as each of you have 2 actions.
How's Gadley performing at his duties of bartending?
Let's do a perception test, shall we? As you check to see how your rival is doing.
9.
I'm so sorry.
Gadley is not doing well. He's not a bartender. He's not a trained bartender. Taking over on like the end of a Munrote night, sort of whatever. It's pretty obvious that your grandfather did not expect to be gone this long, and you've been sort of passively worrying about him. He's a hardy old coot, but you've been sort of passively worrying about him. You know, you haven't heard back from him since he took off with the Taurian Enforcer the night before.
Gadley, my dear friend. I think those people over there are looking to order a drink from you. Oh, and those people over there, they'd like to cash out.
Go ahead and do an influence to distract.
They'd like to bits out.
That's it. That's so graceful. How could it not be?
Get that bit out of here.
Get that bit out of here. You're full of bit.
I got a 7 on my influence.
He's so used to your shite.
Man, I'm just so used to this from you. You know what I don't need? This from you. And it's not, I'm doing stuff while I'm saying this, by the way, so that I'm clear narratively and I'm not confusing. I am talking to you, but it hasn't messed me up.
He's freaking out. Zan Hazard, you have 2 actions. During an open table, just for the record, it's the turns go in no particular order, so you can take an action at any time. Do not feel shy. Legends of Raspia is here for you to do what you will. Also, Zan Hazard knows something that Feaubear Dongodiere does not know.
Instead, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look over at my friend and I'm going to be like, man, you're the only person I don't hate. And then I'm going to give him like a big old half hug.
All right, go ahead and do a
kiss on the ear, but not in a weird way.
Let's do an influence roll for a not weird, delicate kiss on the ear. You know, how they go.
That's like real friendship right there. I got a nat 20, so.
I am completely and platonically okay with what you just did. And being that we are exactly best friends, I am in no way weirded out by the strangely delicate kiss you have placed upon my audio receptacles.
That makes me so happy to hear. I'm glad our friendship is still as strong as it was a long time ago. You and I killed some raccoons. All right.
Oh, I remember that. That was just the first time. Man, you should have seen the varmints we went after.
Oh. Well, you know, I think maybe I'll just perceive around me and see what's going on.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be
anything I care about. Maybe a jukebox of some sort.
A jukebox, something you care about. Well, I'll say this before you go looking for a jukebox. The music that takes place every night is hosted by Whammy Tates, the piano player. But there right now is an open mic going on. If you'd like to PRC test, you can go ahead and roll your dice and add your PRC from your bad pocket.
Oh, wait, listen to me play piano for a bit. Okay, go back to what you do.
I would prefer to listen to you make that weird grunt again. Can you just do that louder?
The ground is one time per song.
That's upsetting.
So, perception test to see how old Wami's moans are going, which is, of course, the name of his band. Accidentally
Can I instead walk over and like lay on top of the piano?
Yes, 1,000 times yes. Also will be an influence test to see the effect that it has on the surrounding people.
They're gonna like it. I got an 18.
So everyone is just like, oh, man, Hazard's doing the thing where she lays on the piano, and then, you know, what she gonna do next?
Last time she punched a raccoon that picked a fight with her. To be fair, the raccoon was very drunk and very out of hand.
Out of paw? So you go over and lay down on the piano, and Wami, as any piano player, is like,
So much go on, but I've really seen not lay on this before.
Yeah, you have.
Going away.
we're gonna go to the world's turn as both of the players have used their actions.
3.
I got a natural 1.
This is for a perception test, right?
Correctus. So, stumbling across Caltaria, which is the city that they live in, Poland. Stumbling across Caltaria through the barren streets toward the only sound that he could hear. Yet another Taurian breaks through those squeaky bar doors, the ones we described before, like the old saloon doors, which blasts through them. But because he rolled a 1, instead of falling to the floor, he stumbles really dramatically for the 15-20 stretch that it is between your spot at the bar and the door, and just blasts into you.
That's a lot of momentum.
As he smashes into you, we do a brawn test. This is to see how strong he is,
See if you can hold up to the impact.
I'm feeling 15 strong.
15 strong. 15 metric strong. So, he smashes into you, and your stool tips over. But then it tips back forward as he just spills onto the floor. You are not floored. And
That's why I love the stool.
That's the sturdiest stool in the bar. It's my stool. But who cares if I stab napkin? What is that? What trick do you need?
Zan Hazard, you are currently on Wami Tates' piano, and you watch from about 20 stretch away as it smashes into Feaubear Dongodiere.
The mug breaker.
And dang near takes him down, but then this Taurian just falls, and that's still funny.
I'm gonna go, huh?
What was that? I'm trying to play a song right now.
I said, huh?
I said,
Yay! Mommy Tates, everybody. I hate him slightly less than the rest of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
So, as all of this is going on, there is a man who is disheveled at best, laying next to your bar stool, Feaubear Dongodiere. You have 2 actions. Why don't you go ahead and take those as we go to an open table?
Well, you know, it's Caltaria, so people come stumbling in through Just A Mirage all the time, albeit not usually in enforcer garb. However, I will question him. However, first, I'm going to finish my drink. I've got Pothos here in my pack.
Pothos is like coffee.
You got it in your pack, you say?
Well, you know, so to speak.
Little vial of Pothos, little vial of coffee.
Yes, of course. Which I'm going to imbibe.
Awesome. This will give you bonuses to your bad pie. Find out more at bardfox.com. And check out our game.
So, now that I've imbibed Pothos, just what do you think you're doing, coming in here trying to knock me off my stool?
What do you think? What do I think I'm doing? What do you think you're doing?
Enjoying Pothos.
All right, well, you knocked me off of my feet from your bar stool.
Well, this is the sturdiest stool in the whole Mirage.
Let's do an influence test. Sorry, please continue. I didn't mean
You
to
should
cut
have
off.
known. there's only 3 legs, and everyone knows that a 3-legged stool is the most sturdiest stool you can have. 4-legged stools are not sturdy at all.
Oh, see you in the comments. Bold stance.
My influence was I got a 17 naturally, but because I've been drinking Pothos, I have 2 more influence in my bad pie. So 19.
A little more of that caffeinated social edge. All right, look, so I'm sorry I came off hot. I'm used to talking down to, Mosberians. You've got your nasty tail.
Yes, well, now it seems to be that you're the one that's down in accordance to me.
Well,
You're on the floor and I'm on the stool.
It is a high stool. It's a very high stool.
Just a high road over there, piano woman. I don't know. All right, look, I'm looking for people. All right, I'm looking for people. I really need help. Everyone that's out there. We had people come out from here. They said they worked at the Just A Mirage, and when I took their Caltaria back, they said I was supposed to come get someone named Pongo Dongodiere.
Nope, don't know anyone by that name.
All right, well then, thank you. Have a nice night.
You know what? I'm just gonna yell, did you say help? Or did you say kelp?
Influence test to see what that was about. Help or kelp?
13.
There's your episode title. Oh, I recognize your description. I was supposed to. You're the Fartor, right? Your name's Van Wemzid. I got hit in the head a lot. I got hit in the head a lot of times on the way here. But also, I'm pretty sure I'm right about your name.
You should really start taking notes. I'm just saying. I mean, you were close enough. It's fine. We don't need to be on a first name basis. Did you say kelp or help or?
What do they offer kelp? No, help! I said help. I need help for this stuff. What do you do? Look, I need you guys to help me come out there. We got an old guy who got really sort of stuck in a tight situation. And
what? Well, what sort of situation are you referring?
Yeah, he's stuck in the trash bin again.
Source.
It keeps happening.
Hazard.
I'm just saying, there's an old man who gets stuck in a trash bin all the time. Also, who are you?
Oh, you guys have an old man that gets stuck in a trash bin?
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
It's true what they say about you Caltarians.
We're
whatever
drinkers.
that might be. Yeah, I insert some colloquialism here. Anyway,
Know how to have fun.
I need help. The old man's in a tight situation, so to speak, and I took back some guy named Pongo's Caltaria big lizard thing that you use out here as horses instead of think the cowboys' horses, but with lizards instead.
Well, quit your falling around and quit your talking, and let's get back out there. That's my grandfather out there. You fool.
Oh, you're Pongo.
I'm Phobo. Damn it. I'm Feaubear. I know my own name.
All right, from now on, you are Phobo to me.
All right, well then get what you need here. Buy what you need to buy. Drink your pothos in a vial like a weirdo if you must, because we are embarking on a cross the desert adventure. And I'll have you know, not for nothing, there's a sandstorm a-brewing.
Ope, Legends of Raspia is brought to you by Bardfox. Olor and the game Legends of Raspia is created and produced by Han Blackheart and Rick Tahi. Story, music, and sound effects by Han Blackheart. Video and audio editing by Rick Tahi. Feaubear Dongodiere is played by Rick Tahi. Zan Hazard Hawthorne is played by Xanthi Blackheart. Check out her artwork on bardfox.com. Our game moderator was Han Blackheart. Visual art created by Xanthi Blackheart. Does it feel like I keep saying the same names? Anyways, check out Bardfox's Instagram and bardfox.com for our weekly releases of Raspia music, this show, and much more to come. Thanks for listening, and as always, good luck back there on Earth.